Hello, 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 everyone. Oh, I might have to get my tripod for this one. How's everybody doing? I know I'm a little bit later than I said I was going to be, so I'm gonna have to do the item that I wanted to do tonight, tomorrow. So it's just the way it worked out. I got hung up at work. I was supposed to be done with work by what I want to say about 8:30 tonight, and I ended up having to work until about 10:30 tonight. So here I am at 11 o'clock with a shoot from the hip improv to kind of toy hangout, I guess. I'm gonna back my camera up. I'm gonna get my tripod really quick. Just bear with me. And I might have to go grab some water. I just kind of wanted to get set up so you guys didn't think I didn't want anybody to think I was like ditching them or anything. I was like, well, he said he was going to bed. He said he was going live at like 9. Then he switches to 10:30. I don't know what's going on with ODC lately. But all right, let me get this set up, and then we'll be situated properly, and we'll go from there. We'll do some hangout stuff, and we'll talk some shop. Talk some shop, and by talk shop I mean talk toys. There we go. We'll switch to the tripod now, because now I have more room, and now I'm way too high up. Oh my. Let's settle that downward a little bit, and then we'll adjust accordingly. There we go. Boy, the swivels on this tripod is actually really good. Just gotta tighten that up. Tighten it up. All right, we got a whole bunch of stuff. I know my lighting is garbo right now because there are too many figures on the table. There's way too much stuff going on. This isn't really, I guess, a figure pickups. I don't know. I guess this is kind of just like I said. JD, what's going on, man? Hello, hello, hello. This is, I guess, recent pickups, and I want to give perspective on each one of these. Well, except for Grunt here, I can put him to the side for a second. He's got nothing to do with this, and so this Shipwreck can go over here somewhere, too. Ignore Captain America. Ignore those two. Well, I can just move. Get out of here. I love this figure, though. It's a really good one. And I have to adjust my lighting because... Actually, you know what I should do? I should push these back. Shows how much I've been in my toy room lately. It's not been too recent for me. It's been busy. Right now we're fostering 6... Well, it was 7 puppies because my girlfriend found 7 puppies in a abandoned shed somewhere. So, save a hoe. You know how that goes. She's got to just, 7 puppies. You can't say no to those. So that's been on the plate lately. Well, I've had no time for pretty much anything other than work and sleep and dogs. So that's apparently my lot in life now is no more time for Anthony. It's just time for dogs and fucking, nothing else. So that's what we do. That's what we do, apparently. Sorry if I bump the tripod here. I'm trying to make room so I can push this shit back. Let's move Boogie Woogie over here. Let's get that out of the way. That goes to a different character. Let's get this out of the way. Let's move Sean back here with Boogie Woogie. And then we'll move Davey. And then we'll move Sean again. We've got a whole bunch of Seans to talk about. We've got some Condors to talk about. We've got some Valaverse to talk about. We've got some Joes to talk about. We've got some Gridiron Studios to talk about. We've got a whole lot of stuff to talk about. Show them Razor Ramon, Razor Raymond Noodle. There we go. That's a little bit better. Now I can drop down and get my eagle on here. Drop down and get your eagle on, girl. All All right, my lighting is still crap because I can't get any lighting behind me because I don't have any lighting behind me to properly do this. Let me get... Why is this falcon always in my way? This falcon is always in my way. Never ending. Just always standing in the friggin' way. Will you go over here? Will you go find something to do? Go retire. You're exempt from life. There. Go. Okay. All right. Let me just rotate. This looks like garbage. Anyway, all right. So I got some stuff that I think you guys will enjoy. Expect the big surprise tomorrow. It's a review. It's going to be a live review. I was going to do one live and one scripted. I'm trying to figure out which one I want to do that's live and which one that's scripted. I think I know which one I'm going to do that's live. So maybe I'll start recording the scripted one tomorrow. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't know. I still have not opened up my Hiss tank. Now, if that's not patience, I don't know what is. I still have not opened up my turtle van. I still have not opened up my Pluto. There's a lot of stuff I have not opened because I have had not any, that I'm talking like an idiot. I haven't had any time to do anything. So that's just literally how much time I've had to do stuff. None. Okay. So, but I have had time to get figures in the mail and open them. So that's the amount of time that I've had. I got some gridiron stuff. There's gridiron stuff here, back there, over here, a couple over here. Few kits I got. There's some other stuff that I'm going to save for future content or future videos. There's Valiver stuff here and over there. You can't see him. He's over here from the newest wave of stuff. There we go. Now you can see him. The Desert Ops. It's pretty much, let's take Condor and let's take this guy and just give them a different deco. That's pretty much all that is. The ghillie suit blowback, which I have actually a lot to say about this figure. I'm not too happy with the quality of the ghillie suit. It looks kind of, I'm just going to be honest with you, it looks kind of cheap. And it falls off. And I'm pretty sure I said that in the last video. Maybe I was talking about this blowback in the last video. I don't know. I can't remember. It's hard for me to remember these things. I do have to do my giveaway, my 5K giveaway, which I'm definitely going to be making a short, sweet, to the point giveaway video for that. So I'm going to try and get back on track with doing stuff. It's just finding the time, and I think we're going to end up adopting another dog. We were watching 7 dogs. Now it's down to 6 because we found one at home. We had to make a GoFundMe. It's closed now, so I'm not going to ask. I've never asked you guys for anything like that before, so I'm not going to now. But we still have 6 dogs. I think another one might be leaving tomorrow. We found another home for that one. And then we're keeping one. We're giving one to my girlfriend's son, which he's in the military and wants a dog, which is awesome. And the others we're going to try and find homes for. I think there's really only like 1 or 2 puppies left. And they are, if you guys are wondering, they're lab pit bull mixes. So they're freaking adorable. We named ours Kurt Russell just because we both love Kurt Russell and we both love Tombstone, and I pretty much like anything that Kurt Russell's in. It doesn't matter. And he happened to be the first puppy that was rustling through a pile of leaves. So I was like, well, that's Kurt Russell right there. And everyone laughed. So anyway, that's the story of where the hell I've been for the last month and a half. The puppies, if you're wondering, they are 6 weeks old, going on this should actually be 7 weeks this week. Yeah. We already had 3 dogs going into this, and now we have a fourth, and we have 3 ducks, and my girlfriend almost came home with a friggin' raccoon a couple weeks ago. So that's a wholly different story for a different time. Anyway, I digress because I'm just sitting here babbling about bullshit you probably don't care about. Let's talk about toys. Like I said, this blowback, a lot of these parts are being reused. Like the legs are reused from him, and him. The feet are reused from, I want to say, Sergeant Slaughter and Karak and all that fun stuff. All the boots. I like the camo. I like the camo on the heads. I like the different head sculpts. The case is a little wonky on this one. I don't like it. It's kind of cheap and plasticky. The ghillie suit, I'm not a big fan of this. It falls apart. Like these little things come off constantly, so it makes me not want to like play around with the actual figure. The hand has kind of an issue staying on the trigger or gripping around this. So I don't know. It's not a bad figure at all. I enjoy the figure, but it doesn't make me want to really like play with it, I guess. I don't know. So that's my perspective on the ghillie suit blowback. Next up, let's talk about some desert ops. What you call it? Steel Brigade. I like all the Steel Brigades. I always wanted to have a Steel Brigade when I was younger. I was never able to actually get one in the mail. I have a Black Major custom Steel Brigader, and that's pretty much it. I think I showed that in a video a long time ago. I guess I can show it right now. But this would have been the color scheme I would have enjoyed. Let's see if I can get him without dropping him all over the place. Here is there's my Black Major. He's like navy blue, gray, and silver helmet, and cool. I would like to eventually get an original Steel Brigader, but that's my Black Major custom. I do enjoy Black Major figures. I think they're pretty fun. You guys already saw my Shadow Tracker Black Major custom. I showed that in the last video, so if you want to check that out, you can. Let me make sure I'm not crooked here. But I love Steel Brigaders. I'll probably, pick up maybe a couple more of these. I do enjoy all different forms of the Steel Brigaders, so this is a nice one. This is definitely a really nice one. Not too much to say about it because I've already reviewed about it, but I've already reviewed the figure, not about it. But the figure's nice. The Valverse figures, I really don't have too many complaints about anything. All the joints have been kind of fixed from, the first wave of stuff. And even the first wave, I never had an issue with any breakage. I haven't had one Valverse figure break on me, and I've been collecting them since wave 1. And, not one issue with any of them. I haven't even broke a weapon. I had one issue with any Valverse figures. So for as many as other people have had issues, I've had none. I guess knock on wood, but no issues. I love this Desert Condor. It looks great. I love the screaming head. It looks fantastic. Let me just get a little bit closer here because I need more room and I can't really show anything because my lighting is like pushed over here. Anyway, now we can see. Hi. It looks great. Look at this screaming head. I love it. I love the scar he comes with. Too bad I'm not a big fan of scars because they malfunction constantly and they're just not very good in real steel. But for a figure, he looks cool with it. I like it. I like the light camo that he's got here. It's almost naked to the eye. You almost can't really see it unless you look really closely. It actually looks better under darker lighting. This is very bright lighting I have with these LED lights right here, but I think it looks really good. And Condor is my favorite character. Second would be Eclipse. Those are my 2 favorites from Action Force. So, love me some Condor. I would like to get the mail-away Condor eventually. I have enough points and stuff like that. I just haven't gotten around to doing that. I should probably do that before it gets freaking sold out or something. So that's the Valiverse stuff I got. Oh no, wait, I lied. There's one more. Oh, I've got the Swarm Trooper guy thing. I can't remember. He's the red version with the new head. It looks really good though. This was the PowerCon exclusive figure that they still had up on their website. So I was like, yeah, I think I should probably pull the trigger and pick this guy up. Looks really good. It's pretty much just a redecoed regular yellow Swarm Trooper with a new head. Pretty much comes with the same Chris Vector. The shield, the flying wings. It's a deluxe figure, so I think it was around like $60, something like that. But there's the backpack and everything. I've shot a review on the Swarm Trooper figures once I get usually a whole wave of them in. So I don't think I'm going to be doing like a full review on any of these, just because a lot of them are, things that we're kind of used to at this point. There's no really difference in articulation or anything like that. It's just pretty much slap on a new head, give it a different paint coat, and call it a different character, which is, not a bad thing. I'm not complaining about it, just pointing it out. So it's a nice figure. I like it. You should give it a go. Check it out. Pick one up. So there's that. Let me get him down over here. I like the clear or the translucent red. Almost reminds me of like Robitussin. The stand. I can't talk. My God. All right. If anybody has any comments, questions, concerns, anything like that, I'm here. Hey, Andy, what's going on, man? And JD, hello. All right. Next up, let's talk about some WWE figures, and then we'll get to the rest of the G.I. Joe stuff, and then we'll get to the Gridiron stuff and all that fun stuff. Okay, so let's talk about sex, baby. No, let's talk about Hey and Me. No, this is actually, I don't know what series. I didn't really care to look, but I got a really good deal on this. He was actually on sale on Amazon, this Boogeyman. And I needed to I'm trying to finish off my Ruthless Aggression stuff. And I realized I did not have a Boogeyman. And then I realized how much sculpting and actually detail and paintwork went into these pants. And I'm like, damn, man, this is pretty friggin' awesome. I was never really big on Boogeyman. He's more of an attraction than a wrestler. This dude lied about his age and said he was like 30 when he was like 42 or something like that, which I think is hysterical. Get that money, man. Get that money, But Boogeyman, pretty cool. He comes with this clock that constantly wants to fall apart, so it makes you not want to like play with the figure. And then he comes with a staff that constantly wants to fall out of his hand because his hand can't is either too opened or too shut to actually hold the staff. So the figure itself, pretty cool. The accessories that he comes with are cool, but kind of annoying to deal with. So there's that. And he's just a regular elite figure. And he is the older version, not the newer release that came out for Boogeyman. So, but this is the version that I did want. This is more of the Ruthless Aggression Boogie. And the head sculpt is insane. He's missing teeth and stuff like that. Really cool. Just an awesome figure. So there is Boogie Man. Boogie Doogie. Next up is I'll talk about this Shawn. Let's talk about Shawn because there's a whole lot of Shawn going on here. This is the Survivor Series 2002 Shawn Michaels, where he won. Oh God, Indiana Jones is knocking shit over. Where he won the World Heavyweight Championship in a comeback fashion. This was kind of a big deal for a lot of wrestling fans, and especially me being a Shawn Michaels fan. But he showed up, and it was weird because he showed up in these like poopy brown UPS pants. Then you can clearly see that his trunks weren't finished. It was supposed to say like HBK down the leg. And you can see just there was an H, and then it's like he just put the brown pants on. I'm like, bro, you should have just wore one of your older tights. Like, what the hell were you thinking with this situation going on here? And then he had this like weird bob haircut, which actually they did a really good job sculpting the hair itself. Let me get this arm down because it's casting a shadow. The head sculpt looks pretty good for Shawn. It's kind of got that smirk. And then the sculpt of the hair looks actually really well done. I don't have any issues with this. He does come with the World Heavyweight Championship belt, which he should because he won it that night from Triple H and Jericho. And, well, he defeated Jericho and Kane and Booker T and RVD and Triple H to win the championship. It's one of the best Survivor Series pay-per-views I've ever seen. It's got the debut of Scott Steiner, which is really good. I love Scott Steiner. I am a huge Scott Steiner fan. The Steiner brothers in general, I'm just hoping and praying that we get a 93 version of them from when they were in WWE. And yeah, the Shawn is solid. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. He does come with the cowboy boots, which is accurate for what he wore in that match. Everything's pretty accurate on him. I don't have any issues. He's got his tattoo where he's supposed to have his tattoo. He's accurate. Even though it's ugly looking, it is accurate. So there is that Shawn, and he's a part of a Build-A-Figure wave, I believe. The Build-A-Figure British Bulldog from Attitude Era with the jeans, which was probably the worst look for the British Bulldog of all time. But speaking of British Bulldog, let's bring him in here. Now, this is a very obscure... Let me get this over here, too. Let me get this Shawn in here. This is a 2-pack. It's the new basics. They have the new style articulation with the new hips that don't swivel, but they have a ball peg on them, which is nice. So nice T-jointed hips with those, which is great. New head sculpt for Davey Boy. I don't think this has been reused. I think that's a new head sculpt and a reused head sculpt for Shawn. He looks a little bit like he's got no neck, which is weird. But for Shawn, not for Davey. Davey looks really good. Shawn, it's nice to have this attire and everything, but there's no ankle articulation at all. They couldn't even give you a swivel here, which is weird. I don't like that. They need to stop doing that. I understand they got to keep the cost down on basics and they're giving us better hips. But, I mean, at least put a swivel hinge in the ankles. I don't think that can't cost that much more to put a swivel that you already had in the older figures in this. I mean, you already got the parts. I mean, it's not like they don't have the parts. But anyway, tattoo is solid for a basic figure. It does come with the title belt. And this is actually, a lot of people think this is from Beware of Dog, and it's not. This is actually when Shawn randomly was defending the title against Bulldog on, I believe, I think it was May of 96. No. Yeah, I think it was around May. No, take that with a grain of salt. It was definitely 1996. It was an episode of Monday Night Raw where he was just defending the title against British Bulldog, and they just, for some reason, they picked this match out of obscurity to represent in this 2-pack, which, I mean, it's cool. Bulldog wore this attire many different times, but it's just weird and random that they decided to pick this. But it's nice to have another version of both of these. I do have the original Legends Elite of Bulldog with the Heart Foundation. I don't have the re-release, but it's nice to have this version so I can put him with maybe one day we'll get an Owen Hart figure. I don't know. Who the hell knows? But there's that 2-pack. I think it's solid for what it is. I am shocked that they actually gave... See, it's weird. So Shawn always wore knee pads. Now, whenever I get an Elite of a Shawn Michaels figure, they never come with friggin' knee pads. But the basic comes with knee pads? This makes no sense. I don't know what they got going on over there at Mattel, but someone needs to slap the shit out of them for doing that. Just put all Shawn Michaels figures with knee pads. Please. It's not hard. You literally gave this Elite knee pads, but no other Shawn, usually, for the most part, comes with friggin' Heart knee pads. Now, this version didn't have Heart knee pads, which we're going to get to this version in a second. Let me move these people out of the way. You're in the way, sir. This is the Amazon exclusive WrestleMania 10 ladder match. Now, I already had this Shawn, but there's differences between this Shawn and the other one. This Shawn came with different sunglasses. I want to say updated articulation from the old one. He does kind of have the proper O'Neal boots, but this is really weird that I noticed on this figure is why in the holy of hells did they put his heart logos that are supposed to be on his pants on his friggin' boots? What the shit is this? This looks awful. So I'm glad I have the other version because this one will just be standing like this the whole time and you will literally never see the back of him. But this is actually a pretty nice version. I want to say the head sculpt looks updated. It looks better. The glasses look better. But what the hell did you do? What the shit is this? Why would you do this? Just don't even put the hearts on there. I'm baffled by that. This is some terrible QC shit right here. That's just hot garbage. The hottest of hot garbage right here. The set itself, if you don't take them out of the package, is great. The packaging looks great. The presentation's there. The accessories are there. The extra hands are there. Clearly, you can see Razor. He's got his thumb, so you can point his thumbs at him. I like the head sculpt, even though it looks like an older version of Scott Hall. I still like the head sculpt. I think it looks pretty good. He's kind of got that Ayo, look to him. It looks good. I'm finally happy that I have a matching Razor to go with a Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 10. Quite possibly my top 5 favorite match of all time is, it's in the top 5. I still think the Iron Man match for me with Shawn and Brett is, and a lot of people bitch and moan about it being, it's got too many rest holds in it. It's the same nonsense that people have regurgitated from other people saying it. And they just say it's not that good of a match when it actually is a good match, which I want to make another video about that, talking about and defending that match. The other thing that kind of annoys me is he's got no chest hair. Why does this Shawn have no chest hair? It's like they kind of really phoned this one in a little bit. And it kind of annoys shit out of me. And you can even see it right here. Like, the heart isn't even within the line work. Like, what the hell were you guys doing over there? You're smoking crack while you were making this? I don't know. The Shawn's not that great. The Razor's better. It's a solid set. It could have been better. You do get your pinless nonsense that people are obsessive, compulsive, overly compulsive about. You don't have pinless knees. Oh, God, throw them in the garbage. They're awful. So you don't have that, but you do have pinless elbows. But it's a solid set. It comes with 2 title belts, and it comes with a ladder, and like I said, extra hands, which is really cool. So it's a solid set. It's not great. The presentation, fantastic. The QC, kind of shit. Unless you're only talking about Razor, which I don't have any issues with Razor Ramon. He looks fantastic. So if you're going to get it for Razor. Don't get it for Shawn, because the superior Shawn was already given to us. And I'll actually show you a comparison between the two, so you know what the hell I'm talking about. Where you at, fucking Shawn? Where'd you go? Where'd you go, Shawn? Oh, here he is. This was, I think, a ringside exclusive, Shawn? I want to say. No, it's the Heartbreak Hotel Shawn. So, here is WrestleMania 10 Shawn. And as you can see, no hearts on the boots. Well, it's kind of like not on the boot. It looks like it's supposed to be on the boot, but not on the boot. But it's like they literally put this shit on the damn boot, though. It looks like shit. So this one's definitely superior, I would say. Even the vest is superior because this is just like black, where this has actual details all over the back of the vest. And even on the front of the vest, you can see the lack of detail going on between the two, where he's got like silver and stuff like that. He has no silver unless you get to these little parts right here. So, but on the crosses and stuff, there's no silver. So there's that. I would say the glasses are far better, and the head sculpt is far better on this version of Sean, which is a newer head sculpt than the older head sculpt. So if you wanted to just pop and swap the heads, I mean, this would be the ultimate Sean to have. I will also say this: the gloves are far superior to the gloves on this Sean from that. So if you want to swap the hands and swap the heads, then you're good to go, man, because he's got the chest hair, he's got the hamburger beef hanging out, which, I mean, even in that, I think that was a pay-per-view. What was that? Here's an interview with Up All Night, Rhonda Shear, and friggin' Burt Reynolds came over and said, "You want to get that shaved, get that out of here?" Anyway, so, but there's your Sean's. Okay, I'm going to shut the hell up about Sean now. I've Seaned you to death. Shaun of the Dead. Okay. All right, moving on. I'm sure why probably most of you are here or interested is the Joe stuff. So I picked him up a while ago, which he's got some, oh my God, he's got some dust on him. Good Lord. Let's get the dust off. Get the damn dust off. But I got Shockwave, and he looks really awesome. I'm pretty pleased with this. I am not a big fan of the wrists that they decided to use for him, because when he's holding his submachine guns, he wants to constantly point the submachine gun downward because he has no tilt in the wrist. And this is mostly a reused body from Beachhead. But I gotta say, it's pretty nice. I like the accessory. I like the shield, the riot shield, the dueling submachine guns, which is really nice. The holsters for both said machine guns. The painted lights on here looks pretty cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I gotta dust this off. The vest looks pretty good. Don't have any issues with the. Oh my God, this is so dusty. What's going on? The knife and everything stays in the sheath, which has been kind of a point of contention with me with some Joe figures that have a knife pointed in the downward fashion. With the handle pointed down, that's accurate. You shouldn't want your handle pointed downward from you so you can grab it from underneath easy. But some of these knives come flying out of these sheaths, and I have lost at least 2 of them when it comes to the Steel Brigaders. So kind of annoying. Like the new tack vest, though. I think overall he looks pretty good. It's a solid release. So there you go. There's Shockwave really quick. All right. We'll move on to Mutt and Junkyard. I really like this 2-pack. I think it's really, really good. Junkyard and Mutt look fantastic. Junkyard looking really good. He can sit. He's a good boy. You know, got the good boy head on right now. He's a good boy. Yes, you are. You want a little treat? You want a la. Anyway. I gave him his Mac 10 or his Uzi, whatever you want to call it. It's technically a Mac 10. I like the, what you call it? The blah, 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 blah. My God, I can't talk. I like the, what you call it? Muzzle right here on him. He does come with a removable knife, which is pretty cool. It did a good job on this 2-pack. I like they even got the hamburger beef on the arm, which is pretty cool. And then he's got the dog guard right here, the bite guard right there. I love the tack vest on him. I can't wait to get Law and Order. I'm pretty sure that's coming in the future. And then I would love to get, a friggin' Dusty and his Coyote 2-pack. That would be friggin' Sandstorm. That would be awesome. So, more and more of this. Hasbro, please, more and more of this. But yeah, me being a dog lover, clearly, I was a big fan of this. So, and the dog body is super articulated. This is an all new dog body too. All new dog head, body, everything. So they did a really, really good job. And this is a rot, in case you guys were wondering. So solid 2-pack. Picked it up a while ago, but I just kind of wanted to discuss it. Probably be doing reviews on most of the Joes and all of the other old Joes that I have not done too. So we'll be playing some catch up this year with a lot of figures that I just didn't do reviews of. Next up, I picked up the box set, the 3-pack. Let me back him up. The 3-pack of I think it's the 788 Task Force or whatever you want to call them. I love this. This is great. This is nice reuse. I kind of wish a couple things were changed. It's not really a deal breaker. I don't think anything is bad about this 3-pack. I overall enjoy it now the way it is. I've got his backpack and other stuff put away somewhere, but I wasn't a big fan of the Bazooka Trooper not getting a RPG. I feel like, from what I remember with this trooper, is that he would use an RPG. So I had to get an RPG from Gridiron Studios. That was part of a fix-it, because he came with Bazooka's Bazooka, and I'm just not a big fan of that. It just doesn't work for me. So I'm gonna put this in a bag somewhere, with the rest of the stuff that I'm not going to use. But overall, I gotta say that the accessories that they come with, they do make sense if you're just looking for a troop builder and you don't care about specifics like me and particulars like me, like he should come with an RPG, which he doesn't necessarily have to. It's just what I wanted. Let me back this or bring this down a little bit. The Range Viper comes with everything that he normally did from the Walmart exclusive regular release. It just says 788 on his shoulder. Let me see if I can get that in the lighting. It says 788 right there. And then the officer pretty much comes with the officer look. It's just a redeco, and it says 788 on the helmet, which is pretty cool. I like that. And then we've got the Bazooka Trooper, which I think this tack vest is from the Snake Eyes, Retro Snake Eyes. Oh, no, it's from the 2-pack with Snake Eyes, I think. And the Retro Snake Eyes used this vest. Maybe not. No. Retro Snake Eyes, I'm sorry, reused the Stalker vest, not this. This was from the 2-pack with Timber, the more commando Snake Eyes. So that's where this vest came from. But I think it works for the Trooper. I think it looks good. And I gave him an RPG just because it works better for that. I don't know, for me at least. It's personal preference stuff. So I guess, yeah. I would say this is a solid set. I don't know if I'm going to review this. I might actually review this with the Hiss tank, just because it makes more sense that way. They absolutely go together thematically. So we'll do that. We'll do that, man. We're going to do that. He's pointing at you. He's going to tell you that's what we're going to do. Okay? I mean, and I just got to say this about the Range Vipers. You finally got Shooter? Oh, she's coming. I got her in the back over here. Oh my God. I upgraded her from some stuff I didn't like about her. But I got to say this about the Range Viper really quick. It's just the coolest freaking Viper design, isn't it? I know a lot of people like the regular Vipers, and that's great and all. But the Range Vipers, though, come on. I'm really excited for the Saw Viper, too. He's one of my favorites. I want to say the Saw Viper, Range Viper, Heat Viper are some of my favorites. A lot of people don't like the Heat Viper that much, but I think they're pretty cool. All right, so let's get those guys out of here. You stand at attention, sir. Now, let's get to some Gridiron stuff, which I have a few things to talk about. I had to fix Falcon here because this is completely unacceptable how he came. I couldn't take it anymore. It was killing my eyeballs. The poor guy looked like a friggin' puppet. It looked awful. It looked like he was in a Puppet Master movie or something like that. It was absolutely atrocious. I couldn't take it. My eyes were bleeding every time I would stare at him. I was going to leave the head on as a reminder that how bad things can get. No, I'm just kidding. I'm overselling it. I didn't have too much of an issue with anything else. I had to upgrade him. The head is a repainted head. Let me get this off. It's just a repainted Dusty head, which I painted, or it's painted just a brown color, pretty much. Um, it's painted well enough where I can differentiate from him from Dusty. And then we got the Gridiron upgrade kit for him, which I think I kind of always wanted Falcon to look the way. I don't know if you guys remember this, but the old Sideshow Collectibles figure looked. It just looks so damn good, that figure. Juggernaut Jones, what's going on, man? Can he classify? Can the Classifieds head fit on the Black Series figure? On Black Series figures? I would say no, because Black Series figures usually run a little bit smaller. So like, let me get a Black Series figure really quick. Come on, just stand there, please. Black Series figures, where are you? Oh, you're right behind me. I see. So like, if I were to get like Boba Fett here, let me just bring in Boba Fett really quick. Fat Fett. Oh, there they all go. Great. Okay. Just, all right. You're going to do that. All right. Have a good one. So, like, Boba Fett, way too small. And if you put the head on him, the head's going to be disproportionate to that body because these guys run a lot taller. So, now if they were in scale, Boba Fett would be like up here. You know? So, it wouldn't really work. I wouldn't do it. But, I mean, hey, if it doesn't bother you that much that the head's huge, go for it, you know? It's all personal preference at the end of the day. Now, let's not knock people the frig over here. Let's move him over here. We'll talk about you in a second, sir. Stop it. No. Okay. Let's see if I can get... and all his shit just fell out. Great. Fantastic. We're just doing really great here, Betsy. We're doing just fantastically. I gotta find his little rope. But anyway, so let me get back to him, because I was trying to finish talking about him. So, he comes with this shotgun. He comes with his sidearm and the holster, which you do have to glue it to, well, not glue it, but tape it. It's like double-sided tape. Tape it somewhere. And I was like, well, I would love to just tape it to the side, but you can't tape it to the side because his harness right here gets in the way with this pocket. And I was like, I'm not modding this thing. I'm not modding it. So like when he lifts his leg up, it pushes on this. So I'm just like, it's annoying. But anyway, I digress. Eventually, I'm going to paint the beret. It is a dark green right now, which you can't really tell too much. But this is a black color, so I might either brighten up the black on the headset, which I like the headset with the beret on. I think that's a pretty cool look. But the beret's so dark, it's almost, you can't even tell. Like the shotgun, I think it's perfect for him. I like the sidearm here. I like the secondary, what you call it, oh my god, AR-15 snubby. I like that. He comes with a, which I just put this here. I don't think it's supposed to go here, but got a regular mag here, and then we've got a drum mag right there, which you can remove and put that in the submachine gun, or not the submachine gun, the AR. I like the little pouches here and stuff like that on the backpack. He does come with his radio, which is kind of folded over. And then this big old machete right here, which is nice. Or bush knife, whatever you want to call it. Which I actually just started getting into knives. And I just bought 2 K-bars recently. So maybe I'll do a video on that. If you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments below if you want to see some K-bars, or if you want to see any of my pistols that I actually own. Maybe I'll do a video on that one day. I don't know. I don't know how many people give a shit about that stuff, but yeah, Juggernaut Jones, I agree. It does look a lot better from what he did. So that's actually a passable Falcon, I think, now. Moving on to the eels, I was not a big fan of the Cobra eels. What they came with, they seemed underwhelming a little bit when it came to their literally just have to stay in the water because they have a harpoon gun with one harpoon, and it just didn't make any sense. So Gridiron has these kind of mashups with a harpoon gun attached to what looks to be like an HK MP5. So I love this. This is perfect for them. It comes with the harpoon on there because if you look at Torpedo, or if you look at the G.I. Joe 60th anniversary diver, it came with a submachine gun, and then it came with a harpoon gun, where I think it made more sense to have the eels have both mashed together. And it would make more sense because, Mars Industries would probably come up with something like that. So it made more sense, I think, for the eels to have it rather than Torpedo. So I went with this, and I picked up 2 of those, and I just attached these little like dangly things on there so I can dangle from him. But that's pretty much all I added from him. You can pick these up. I think they're on their website still. They're just under the mashup section for the assault rifles and stuff like that. So, all right. There's that. We've already talked about him. Let's talk about her because she's cool. I like her. Here is Shooter. I didn't really do a review on her yet just because I wasn't really happy with the sniper rifle she came with. I thought it was way too big for her. It was way too gray for her and just looked nonsensical, cartoonish. I didn't like it at all. So I went ahead and gave her this G36. And I think it looks a lot better. I think it fits her. You're not going to want to run around with a 50 cal, especially if you're a woman. You don't want to run around with a 50 cal. They're heavy. They get in the way. They bump into shit. This looks like something she could handle a little bit easier. And I don't like this shit either. I don't know what the hell they were thinking here. They should have just gave her a backpack or something. I don't know. But she comes with this hook, and that's for her original sniper rifle. It's clearly not for this. This is a Gridiron sniper rifle, but I don't know. Personally, I just thought this looked a lot better. It does come with a removable suppressor, so you can put that on the barrel if you want to. But yeah, I don't know if Shooter. I'm trying to help Shooter out, man. You trust me, Shooter. You don't want to run around with a 50 cal, okay? You don't want to do that. You just don't. All right. It's usually a 2-man rifle, so. She comes with a sidearm, stuff like that. I don't know. I might replace this. This doesn't look like anything that's really all that fantastic. I try to dumb down on purpose the Joes just because, and I've said this I must have said this 100 times in case you haven't heard it, but I guess I'll say it 101 times now. I try to dumb down the Joes with their accessories and stuff and trying to make them a little bit more real world just because I feel like the sci-fi elements and stuff like that while that is ingrained with G.I. Joe, I try to ingrain it more with Cobra because I feel like that would make more sense. They have more of a no cap, and I don't mean lying. I mean no cap like, there's a salary cap or anything like that. They have a bigger budget when it comes to producing weapons and getting weapons, where the US government would be like, "Well, this is what we have to offer and this is what you get." That's kind of how things go in the military sometimes. And that's just kind of a fact. Is that there's certain guns that people aren't happy with being issued, and they have to kind of deal with it because that's what they're given. Um, but anyway, that aside, I like the tattoos on her. I love this figure. The figure in general is a fantastic figure. I think she's really well done. I love the different like hair sculpts for her and the masks she comes with. This is a really well done figure. I'm happy that we got Shooter, and you can put her with your OGs so far. We've got the majority of them. We still got a couple left to like Short Fuse and sorry, Short Fuse and Grand Slam and a few others. But anyway, I digress. This is what I wanted to just show was the update for her. Don't forget, Cobra had a lot of cheap Cobra junk. Yeah, but they're cheap Cobra. I wouldn't say it's cheap. It's just probably not engineered as well. See, for me, Cobra, it has to look more. It has to look like they have a leg up on the Joes. Because if you don't, and you dumb Cobra down, it's just like they're on an even playing field then. So to me, it's like their tech has to be upgraded or updated, where the Joes are just kind of, you know, not they're elite soldiers. So they take the tools that they're given, even though they're not necessarily maybe the Cobra style high tech best weaponry you could have, but they're better trained, so they know how to use. It's like a surgeon with a scalpel. They know how to use it properly. Where if you gave a regular person walking on a mechanic a scalpel, he wouldn't know what the hell he's doing with it. Like it's different. So I try to make it different. I try to make it make sense for myself so I can enjoy it more. But, like I said, it's personal preference. People do different stuff with different things. To each their own. Now, I'm really happy with Parth Varma. I wasn't happy with the loadout at all. Not whatsoever. I'm pretty sure I said that in my review of him. So I went ahead and got some Gridiron stuff. This was actually the backpack from I think it's an upgrade kit for Grunt. But I was like, I think this actually fits Parth better, where he would have, a med kit on his leg, which is from a Valaverse figure. He would have medical supplies in his pack, which he's rappelling down from. More medical supplies here, a canteen, a knife, a radio, a sat radio, whatever you want to call it. And I gave him, instead of having a shotgun, he's worked for the Coast Guard. He's a Coast Guard guy. He would have a assault rifle, not a shotgun. It just doesn't make sense that he would have a shotgun unless he's like, I don't know. It just didn't make sense for the character. So I made it make sense. I got him an assault rifle, which I think this is really good. Nice looking assault rifle from Gridiron. And like I said, a couple other accoutrement picks. I kept the the holster, but I gave him Dusters from Valaverse's sidearm because I thought it just fits better for him. But I feel like he's upgraded now. I do have an extra. I do have his alternate head, which I actually bought a custom head for him, and I don't know where the hell I put it. Let me see if I put it over here. Do. In the boot, do. What did I do with it? Nope, that's a beachhead head. That's a beachhead head. Oh, Lord, that's a beachhead head. I don't know what I did with it. I know I put it away somewhere. If I find it, because I do want to show you guys this. I'm pretty sure I put it with the rest of the Joe's stuff. Yeah. Oh boy, this is riveting stuff, isn't it? Me sitting here looking through a plastic bag. Anyway, I will find it somehow, and then I will show you guys. Maybe I'll post it on my Instagram page or Facebook page. What did I do with it? Now I'm kind of baffled as to what I did with it. Maybe, let me check one more place. Let me just set him up here so you don't have. It's not like you're staring at nothing here. I will be right back. I did want to show you guys this, so I probably should have came more prepared. For that, I'm just taking a peek. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. All right, it's not in there. What on earth did I do with it? I know I didn't put it anywhere crazy. It's around here. Let me check this bag one more time because I feel like it's in here. But I found a custom head for it, which I had painted because I cannot paint human faces at all, and I try not to even attempt to do that because that shit is hard. Like, I can paint everything on the head, but the eyeballs, there's no way. Not even going to try. So I try not to try doing that. Where did I do with his damn helmet head? Anyway, well, I'll just move on. There's nothing else I can do. That's all I can do is keep waiting for you. Cobra should always have the technical advantage over the Joes. Yeah, I agree. They should. It just makes more sense that way. All right, so we talked about Parth. And I also, like I said, I kind of prefer this head. I feel like it looks like it's not been reused with anybody else. I shouldn't say this head, but this mask. I feel like it fits perfectly for him as far as being a unique looking character. And I don't know, I just really love it. I love this look. It's such a simple reuse of the body, the tack vest, and certain things. They just needed a little bit more to get over that hump, you know? So I love it. I think it looks a lot better now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below if you do like it or not. All right, the coup de grace here. And no, you do not say coup de grace, coup de grace. You don't say the grace. It's coup de grace. Okay? Anyway. I've heard so many people say coup de grace. It's not. You don't say it like that. Anyway, moving on. Let me get Shooter over there. Okay, because I don't want to bump into her. Oh wait, I actually have one more before I get to the Halo jumper. This is just a quick little kind of until we get them from G.I. Joe from Hasbro. this is going to be my Steeler. I just kind of reused parts from the upper torso from Condor, lower torso from Duster. The tack vest is from the what is it? The Republic Green Commando. I can't remember the name specifically, but that's the vest it's from. The helmet is from Gridiron. I actually picked this up about a year ago, this helmet. And the submachine gun, which is a Uzi, is from the... I think this is from the Snake Eyes 2-pack. Oh, no. This might actually be from... No, I think it is. It's either from the Marvel Legends or it's from... I'm pretty sure that's from Snake Eyes. But anyway, that's just a stand-in. I use the regular Duster head underneath, just in case you're wondering what the hell head that is. But this is a stand-in for now. And then I'll probably use the parts for something else once we get an official version. But it looks good for now. So, simple, easy. Moving on to the head honcho. The Halo jumper. Whoa, what in the world is all this nonsense on the back? What the frick? I don't know what that is, but it's coming off. It's like dust or something? I just got this. I don't know what that is. Ew, that's disgusting, though. It's like crusty dust or something. Crusty, dusty. Oh, it's coming off. I'm going to have to wipe that off. I don't know what that is. It's disgusting, though. Anyway. The Halo jumper from Gridiron Studios, which is... The body is just the Spec Ops body from Valaverse. I know, Bob. If Bobby were watching this, which he would probably never watch one of my videos, but if you were watching this, he'd probably be like, blasphemy, because I know he can't stand the dudes from Gridiron, or at least that's the way it seems. But anyway, the assault rifle comes with this set, the helmet, the removable attachment goggles, the harness, which this is attached with the hose piece, and the backpack, which is a separate piece that you have to attach as well. So if I wanted to break him down, we can do that really quick. We can break him down very easily. You can pop the helmet off the head. And like I said, everything just kind of attaches. You can just detach that. And then you can detach the backpack part. And it has loops for the assault rifle if you want to put that in there if you wanted to. And then the harness was probably the hardest, well, not the hardest, I should say hard. It was the I guess the most annoying part to put in there. Because you did have to remove one of the legs, pop one of the legs off, and this is an older body. So I was like, oh, good, loosen those legs up some more. The little canisters are removable, so you don't have to have these in there if you want to use this harness for something else. It does have I don't think that's technically supposed to be a pistol holder, but it also has a thing for something else. I don't know what that's for either. It's not really explained or anything like that. But these little tanks, these oxygen tanks, have little holes on them, stuff like that. So you can use it however you want. But it looks pretty good. I like the set. It's a decent set. It's new. I think it just dropped. And they also gave me a free item. I think they had like a promotional thing going on where if you bought like, I think within a certain day or something like that they sent me I think it was like one of those football helmets for free that they have. Looks like I don't know, a friggin' I gotta take this off. It looks like one of those football helmets for what would be like a dreadnought or something, which is pretty cool. And then we gotta put that hose back in there. There we go. That's nice. But I really like this. I've been wanting a Halo type character, Halo jumper character, which I was hoping we would got a skydive figure. Hopefully, maybe down the road we will. That would be fantastic, and I would hope it would look like friggin' Pursuit of Cobra, but who knows? But I think he looks pretty good. The only issue I'm having is the head, and that's because of the head on the Valaverse figure is a little bit smaller, but he stands, he does what he's supposed to do. It's just the helmet doesn't want to like stay with the head. There we go. But it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. No major issues. Let me move this up a little bit. And the helmet moved again. So that's kind of the crux of. I'll just do that. I'll pinch this behind the arm, and then the helmet won't move. So you'll have to mess around with the fitment and stuff like that, but I think it looks pretty good myself. You can detach the optics from there, and it has two pegs on there. If you can see that, peg there and a peg on the other side, and you can just peg it in like that if you want to have the optics like that. And then if you want to have them up, you just use the other peg like that. That's perfect. It's an expensive set. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's like $40, I think. So it's probably going to make you want to run for the hills for $40 for a set like that. But I don't know. I was pretty happy with it. So I think it was $40. Maybe it was 30. I can't remember. My brain's not working. It's been a long day. Shouldn't have left you. But I don't beat step two. Okay, enough of that. But there's some people over there, and overall pretty happy with everything. You got a free tactical mandible combat helmet. Oh, okay. All right, Brian King. Shit. Cool. Is that what you got? Did you get something from them too? Lo Monty, what's going on, bud? I know you got rid of your message, but hello. I wanted to say hello at least. But thanks for letting me know, Brian King. Appreciate that, bud. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoy Gridiron stuff. I know it's a little bit more on the expensive side, but I mean it's a small company, so I'm all for supporting smaller companies and stuff like that. I mean, you guys can clearly see I have like Spiro Toys stuff and Four Horsemen stuff, and I like smaller companies, man. Smaller companies are kind of the future of toys, I think, as far as action figures go. I'm always checking out Gridiron. Yeah. I mean, they have nice stuff. They're all. I want to say their weapons look. The look of them look the best. What I have noticed with them though is that they curve a lot. Like that assault rifle's curving at the stock, which is kind of annoying. This one's kind of doing it a little bit. And if they curve too much, the stuff will break. It's 3D printed. So they're still kind of finding their groove. But I'm not going to fault them. I would say the second best is Valaverse. I would say the overall, the best weapons is Valaverse, just because the price. Because you're getting them with a figure where some of these, like just even this plain black assault rifle right here is like $10. That was 12. This shotgun you can't even buy unless you buy the whole kit for Falcon. So like there's certain weird things. Oh, there he goes. There's certain things that they have on their site which is like, well, if you're offering it in the kit, just offer it separately too. Don't hold the friggin' gun hostage because you want people to buy the kit too. Like I don't know. That just seems kind of weird to me. But I still do enjoy their products. They have fun stuff that they come out with. You're not being forced to buy it. No one's saying you putting a gun to your head and saying you have to buy Gridiron stuff. So but it's a pleasure of mine. I do enjoy their stuff. Like I said, they're a small company. They're still finding their groove and stuff like that. So give it time. The only way that they can grow is if with support. So they're not going to grow if no one buys any of their stuff. So that's just the way I see it. So anyway, I am really, really, really hoping that they make, please, Gridiron, if you're watching this, which you're probably not because I have a small channel. Anyway, please make his spear. Please. I'm begging somebody out there. I don't know who you are. If you're a customizer, trust me, this year I plan on getting a 3D printer, but I don't have one right now. So I can't make his spear. Please, someone out there, make the Pursuit of Cobra spear in 6-inch form for Shadow Tracker. I would love that. And I will buy that. Please do that for me. Make my year. All I need is his damn spear, and I'll be so much happier. I love that figure. I love it to death. I just want his damn spear. Please. Excuse me. I don't know what that was. That was weird. Vala does have great value in the weapons packs. Yes, he does. He's got that tin that you can get for like $80 or $70. And it's like a shit ton of weapons. So you can't go wrong with that. You really can't. So, and Bobby is many, for how many people have opinions about Bobby, he's still the guy that's putting out the stuff that A, people want, and B, you can't really complain about when it comes to value. So, tell me again how you glue the mask on Shadow Tracker. Oh, it's easy. So what I did with Shadow Tracker with gluing was I took the mask itself and I put the glue on just the two eyeballs, and that's it. Just put a teeny little bit of Loctite glue on the eyeball portions on the inside of the mask, and it'll glue right to the eye sockets on the head sculpt. And then just, like I said, apply pressure for like maybe 10, 15 seconds, and you're good to go. And the mask will stay on forever. 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 So there you go with that. But yeah, I love this mask. I love this figure. This is, it's not even the best Classifieds figure, but I love it. 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 I just wish he had his goddamn spear. Why didn't you guys just do the spear? Do the spear. Anyway. And his Mambale. Well, that would have been sick if they would have at least given me that, one of the two. I would have been perfectly fine. Perfectly a pig in shit, But I love this. I also love this Condor. He is so well done. So well done. Look at that face. Let me take the helmet off. Look at that face. That's a face everyone can love. They did such a good job. A lot of the Valaverse face sculpts are very well done. I know there's going to be somebody out there that's like, oh, well, what about, I forgot her name. What about friggin', everyone makes fun of her all the time. What's her name? With the pigtails. What's wrong with me? I can't think of her name. What the I got her at PowerCon. I can't remember her name. Anyway, I think having, sometimes people aren't attractive, but there's a difference between this one's unattractiveness, which I think it's not even that it's attractive. Like the fact that this didn't look like a human being. Gemini, thank you, Samuel. This originally, not this head sculpt, but his original head sculpt didn't look even a humanoid. You know, it didn't even look. It looked like an inanimate object. It looked like a damn puppet. Like it didn't look real. Like that's not a real face of a person. Um, where Gemini's face, she's a little homely looking. I can get down with that. You know, this dude, no, that's see, Gemini's head sculpt's not a bad head sculpt. It looks like it would be a real person. So that's why they do such a good job, I think, with the head sculpts. Like you look at Bone Collector's head, holy shit. So good. Pandora's head, a lot of the heads, Eclipse's head, Triggers, they look really good. They did a good job. They did a good job. Did any of you guys pre-order the Vanguard? I did pre-order one myself. I went with the tan one, not the gray one. But yeah, I pre-ordered it directly from Valaverse, so I think I'm getting those rocket launchers for free with the purchase, so that's good. I'm trying to think what else. Not yet. Want the tan. Yeah, me too. That's what I had. I had to get that, Brian. I painted a pencil in mustache on my Falcon. Oh, yeah? I don't blame you there, man. I don't blame you. There are a couple of customizers, even just on eBay, that are selling Falcon heads that look like it would actually be an updated version of the actual, like, this Falcon on eBay. You just have to paint them, though. That's the problem. I can't paint human heads worth of shit. I can paint aliens. I can paint... And if they don't have pupils, I can paint that, too. That's easy. Once they have pupils, it's like I can't... My brain stops working. Not yet, but I need to get on it. Oh, yeah, man. No rush, too. That's the best thing about, collecting is that, we don't have to really rush into anything. Like certain other, like, amenities in life that you want. I mean, I guess that's, you could use that philosophy with anything, but with certain things, I guess, depends on, like, what your priorities are, but with certain other things, you have to, like, some things get discontinued. Usually with toys, it's like, they usually come out with an abundance of them. Even, like, exclusives now, like, you still see them popping up, like, years after they were released, It's not like how it used to be with, like, exclusives, where you used to make, like, this is only, like, a 500 run. You're going to do, like, 500 or 1,000 pieces for San Diego Comic-Con. No, now it's like they do, like, 50 to 100,000 pieces, or, and then there's always, like, leftovers and stuff like that now. So it's so much different than it used to be. Like, I remember the horror days of, like, having to go on, like, what was it? Before it was called Hasbro Pulse. What was it? Hasbro Toy Shop, I think it was. Hasbro Toy Shop, and having to try and, like, refresh the page and, like, out-click people on the internet to pick up like a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set. Oh, I don't miss those days. Everything's so much easier now. People are, like, figures are made in higher quantities, so you actually get a chance to get them. And even if you don't, you can always, like, wait, and you might pay a little bit more down the road for a thing, but, like, I'm kind of kicking myself I didn't get the Dragonfly now. I'm kind of like, yeah, you probably should have done that. So I might end up having to spend, like, $400 to $500 to get one if I want one. So it all depends on what I'm going to, I don't know. Maybe I'll eventually get one down the road for the right price. But I am kicking myself for not getting that thing for under $300 now, where I was like, at the time, I was like, yeah, I don't really need that. This is kind of, I already got the Hiss tank. But I don't know. Maybe this year they're going to do another Cobra vehicle for a HasLab. So I would assume it's probably like like many people are thinking the Rattler, or I don't know, probably the Rattler, or I'm trying to think. I wish they would just come out with the damn Mobat. I know a lot of people want a Mauler. I think the Mauler is way too big. I think a Mobat is perfect. I think if they could update the Mobat. That's the thing. A lot of people are like, well, the Mobat was just like a one-seater with a motorized mechanism. Okay, so if you take the motorized mechanism out and you update it and it's in 6-inch scale, the Mobat's going to be bigger than you guys think to go up against that Hiss tank, And the whole point of the Mobat was that it was maneuverable. So if you take like, I don't know, even tanks from World War II, they were smaller, lighter, but could maneuver. So it made sense. Perfect example. If you don't know anything about World War II, but if you've seen the movie Fury, the tanks that were being used in that movie were smaller tanks. It kind of reminded me a lot of a Mobat, what it would be. You maybe have like 3 or 4 people inside of a Mobat, and that's about it. But if you could fit like 2 people inside of an actual HasLab 6-inch scale Mobat, and then have Steeler popping out the top, that's perfect. That's, yeah, sign me up for that. And then you have 2 tiers. You don't even have to do it at $300. You could do it at the same amount of as the Dragonfly, under 300, with 2 tiers attached to it. I think that would work. I think that would work well. But that's just me. That's what I think. I don't know. I've always liked the Mobat. That was one of the few tanks I actually had growing up. Oh, what the hell was that? I don't know if you guys heard that, but some sort of puppy was crying downstairs. Yep, something's happening down there. I bet you somebody got their foot caught in something. Anyway, but yeah, I might call it quits here. I will probably, like I said, I did have a surprise, which was probably going to be the unboxing of the Hiss tank and stuff like that. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow after work. I got to work the next 2 days too, which is going to suck. Well, actually, no, I can't do it tomorrow because tomorrow's my girlfriend's birthday. So let's go for Sunday. Sunday. Yeah, we'll do Sunday. Sunday we'll do it around 7:00. This way I'm not keeping up anybody late. I know it's pretty late right now. I've been going on for quite a bit. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I do have some stuff coming from Big Bad Toy Store next week. Next week's a pretty awesome week for me, at least. I am finally going to pick up my Real Steel, my favorite. It's a pretty much a I guess it's one of my grail pieces as far as a Real Steel pistol. So I'm going to get that because I found a good deal on it. So maybe I'll do a short little video showing that if you guys want to see it. I don't know. Maybe you guys don't care about stuff like that. You just care about toys. But I mean, I'll do like a YouTube short or something like that, just showing it, going to pick it up. But I also have some Big Bad Toy Store stuff coming. Some new Turtle stuff, which is pretty cool, and some Jada Toys stuff, which is going to be fun too. So pretty excited for this year. There's a lot of fun stuff coming out. I know there's like the Four Horsemen stuff just dropped from the Poxus wave, which is pretty cool and tempting to get some of those. I know I said I was going to try and slow down on Mythic Legions and focus more on Cosmics. So I don't know. But I don't know. Anyway, I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions for me before I go. But, yeah. Thank you to Juggernaut Jones. Thank you to A. Indy for popping up, hanging out. And I'm trying not to shake the camera too much while I'm looking at Low Monty. Thanks for popping in, bud. Brian King. JD. Thanks for popping in, buddy. Samuel Edwards. Thanks for popping in, bud. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Like I said, Sunday, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Pop back in. I'll be doing a live unboxing of the Hiss tank. And, yeah, should be a lot of fun. It won't be the full review, but it'll definitely be a lengthy unboxing. I'm probably going to have to set it up downstairs on my kitchen table, which I actually bought a G.I. Joe table cover just to do it. I found a really cool one on eBay. I think it's like a Star Brigade one. It's pretty funny. But you guys will be able to enjoy that on Sunday then. And I look forward to doing it. So you guys can hold that in the back of your mind if you want to for the next foreseeable future, which is the next couple days. But yeah, hope to hang out with you all there. And thanks for hanging out with me tonight. And I hope you guys enjoyed all of this. Stay cool. And I'll see you guys on the flip side.